Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Love you guys. Thank you for coming on over to see what I'm doing in my craft room. I'm gonna paint today, bravely, intuitively, and I'm gonna let go, be bold, and then see what unfolds. I found something in this book, I found at a Goodwill, that I wanna try and processing, thinking about it. I have these catalogs, they're magazines from the UFO, University of Oregon, and I put the pages together thinking I was going to make this another glue book because it's a large size for glue books. So I put 2 pages together and I washi tape the pages at the end. And something came to me, an idea to paint in this book, partly because I've seen a few other people painting and it just looks like so much fun. Watching BB Henry art and Helen H. at Moss Cottage, and there's just so many artists out there. And I just thought I want to try it, and I'm going to use this as my substrate. But what I found in here is I was looking through here going, well, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. I want paint. I don't know what that looks like for me though. So going through this book in the beginning, came across this. It's a Be Brave challenge coming off of Letting Go of Perfection. And it says, do you have an urge to paint something that perhaps scares you or makes you nervous? Yes, it does. Is there something you keep buried inside that is yearning to leap out? Oh, I'd always love to be a painter, to make beautiful things with paint. And I have some paints, but I don't know if I've ever made beautiful things, right? So this is your chance to release it. Start this challenge by choosing colors you don't typically work with. Work on a large sheet of paper or canvas. I'm going to do a double page in here. The bigger the better. Let go of your need to paint something pleasing or beautiful. Nobody needs to see this but you. Of course I'm going to share it with you though, because it's part of the reality of our creative journey, our intrinsic journey. Paint quickly and passionately. Explore. Be daring. When you are done, write the word perfect over the top of your new creation. So I'm going to do that. But before I even got to that part, there was something else in here. It was the letting go. Where was it? Connecting with the intuition, so many thoughts running through my mind. How do you know which voice to listen to, especially when it comes to art and you have so many colors to choose from, so many directions you can go with, you see things and you go, oh, that's beautiful. Can I recreate that? But that's not what we're doing here. You want to create your own thing. So it just says, consider for a moment that your intuition is not always loud. Your inner wisdom is actually quite humble and quiet and doesn't care about making sense. For these reasons, you also need to become quiet to really hear what your wisest self already knows. Try to incorporate at least a few minutes of meditation into each day to connect with your breath and quiet your mind. This practice will create space for your intuitive guides to emerge and be heard. Remember, the more time you cultivate for stillness, the sharper your intuition will become. So I took this and I stopped myself for a few moments to listen to, okay, and for me, my intuition is off. This is my painted paint paper on the back is such a mess. It's supposed to be. But I took a few minutes and I stopped and I closed my eyes. I took some deep breaths and I asked my creator God, what colors do you want me to use? The book says to use colors that are nothing that I usually use. And the color purple came to mind, green, and brown, and white. And I've got a couple different whites here. I've got white gesso, white basics, acrylic. It's a heavy body titanium white, and just to use up. So those are the colors I'm going to use. And I brought out all my paint brushes. I have palette knives. Helen H was using palette knives the other night. So without further ado, I've got my heat tool to dry things. I have my little jelly plate here that I can also use to as a palette, and I've got a notebook here that it's one of my notebooks that I put paint colors in, so that'll be a fun thing to do as well. So I'm going to scoot myself over just a little bit so you can get this part in here too. But yeah, I'm going to do a double page spread with these colors. I'm not sure. I don't know. I love these things on this page already, but I'm going to pretend they're not even there so that I can do what needs to happen. All right, so I'm just going to kind of start painting and not really talk much, and we'll see what happens. Here we go. Want me to do for a background, Lord? What do you want? White? Okay, friends. Well, that's about as perfect as it's going to get. I kind of gave myself a time limit too. I didn't want to get all caught up in too much thinking. So anyway, I ended up with grapes, and it's fine. I love grapes, and they're purple, and they're the wrong leaves, and there's globs and gloops, and the stencil leaves didn't really come out well, but I like the color combination. I kind of left what was going on right here with the under color. It just was wow, my pens and stuff just totally are bleeding. That's what happens when you live at 7,000 feet sometimes. So it's fun. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And it was a fun play. So I think in the end, that's what we're going for, a fun play. So there you have it. That's me letting go, being bold. And this is what unfolded. We're calling it perfect, you know? So give it a shot, you know? I think it's fun. And I have a huge mess on my hands, and I'm a little worried about my paint pens. I think they might be exploding forever. I don't know. So that's it for this video. Love you guys. Thanks for watching and seeing what this ended up looking like. And I think it's a good idea. I'll try it again in here, and maybe this will be, instead of a glue book, which I've used for these four in the past, this will be a paint book, and I will be exploring through this. It'll be an art mixed media type of book. So we'll see what happens, what unfolds. So I might steal the title, Let Go, Be Bold, and Unfold, to be this book, just because I think that's gonna be a journey that I'm gonna enjoy. So, okay, we'll talk to you next time. Take care. Love you guys. And as always, God bless. Bye-bye.